Ciao a tutti ragazzi, in today's video we're going to talk about a very important topic such as how to form the past in Italian. And I will be starting this video by scaring you straight. In Italian we have more than 10 different past tenses. Passato prossimo, imperfetto, trapassato remoto, trapassato prossimo, blah blah blah, there's so many. But today we are only going to talk about the most important past in Italian such as passato prossimo. And if you just master this one past tense, you can talk in Italian at the past in any situation. So basically, Passato Prossimo is gonna cover 90% of your need of speaking in Italian in the past. The good news is that Passato Prossimo is relatively easy to study and memorize. In fact, in Italian, to form Passato Prossimo, you need two components. The present tense of either essere or avere, to be, to have, and the past participle or participio passato of the verb that we are trying to make the past of. I understand the theory sounds much more complicated than it actually is. The first thing you need to be able to do when you're forming this past is to understand if you have to use essere or avere. I will give you first the simple rule on how to know when to use which one, and then I will give you the right rule. The simple rule is that you will use essere for all the movement verbs, such as andare, to go, venire, to come, salire, to climb. And movement means that you are going from point A to point B. Movement does not mean just moving your hands around. So remember, movement is going from point A to point B. You will also use essere for all the verbi riflessivi in Italian, reflexive verbs. Consequently, avere is used in any other case. So now, what is the official rule? The official rule is that you will use avere for transitive verbs, meaning all the verbs that allow a direct object. You will use essere, to be, for all intransitive verbs, such as all the verbs that do not allow a direct object. Now, it's really up to you which rule you want to remember, just so you know that with the unofficial but easy rule, you will be right 90% of the time, but not all the time. Now that we have identified when to use essere and avere, what's left to do is to study the present tense of essere and avere. Presente di essere in italiano, io sono, tu sei, lui lei è. Noi siamo, voi siete, loro sono. Presente di avere, to have, in italiano. Io ho, tu hai, lui lei ha. Noi abbiamo, voi avete, loro hanno. Be careful here, in Italian the H is silent. Io ho, not io ho. The last step at this point is to form the past participle or participio passato of the verb that we are forming the past of. And this is a simple rule. All the verbs ending in are will have the past participle in ato. The verbs ending in ere will have it in uto. The verbs in ire will have it in ito. For example, mangiare will become mangiato. Sapere will become saputo. Dormire will become dormito. And now, to finally form the passato prossimo, we need to put together the present tense of essere or avere with the past participle. Let's take a few examples. I went in English, so to go, andare at the infinite form, is a movement verb. This means that to form the past, we need to take essere because essere is used for movement verbs. So we need the present tense of essere, io sono, and then we need the past participle of andare, which being a verb ending in are, we will say andato. Therefore, I went will be io sono andato. Now be very careful here because there is an additional rule that you need to remember whenever you're using essere to form passato prossimo. You will always have to change the ending of the past participle according to the gender and the number of the subject. In this specific example, I went, I will say io sono andato because I am a man. If I was a woman, I would have to say io sono andata. An additional example, if we want to say we went and we are a group of men, in Italian would be noi siamo andati. Just remember that you have to change the ending only when you're using essere, so not with avere. The reason why you have to do it only with essere and not with avere is because essere is built in such a way that makes the action reflect on the subject itself. Philosophically speaking, if you're saying io sono andato, it's you that you are going somewhere. This is why the action is reflecting on yourself and you have to change the ending. But you do not really need to know the whys, you just need to know the rules. Let's take another example now. You ate, to eat, mangiare at the infinite form. Mangiare is not a movement verb. This means that to form the past, we need avere at the present tense. You ate, in Italian would be tu hai, and then we need the past participle of mangiare, mangiato. You ate, tu hai mangiato. And now be careful, because it's avere, it doesn't matter if you're a man, a woman, a horse, or a giraffe, you will never change the ending. It will always be andato. Another example, they came. To come, venire in Italian is a movement verb. This means that we need essere. They came in Italiano, loro sono venuti. I at the end because it's loro, plural. One more verb, you guys slept. To sleep, dormire. Dormire is the opposite of movement. Literally, the only thing you're doing when you're sleeping is staying still. This is why we will use the verb avere to form Passato Prossimo. And in Italian, you guys slept will be voi avete dormito. Some of the mistakes that I hear the most from my students is that instead of saying io ho dormito, io ho mangiato, io sono andato, when they form the past, they will just say mangiato, dormito, andato. And although I would understand what they're meaning, this is not proper and correct Italian. Just remember that when you're forming Passato Prossimo in Italiano, you really need two things: present tense of essere or avere, plus the past participle or participio passato. The last tricky thing that you need to remember is that not all the verbs have a regular participio passato. In fact, usually to form participio passato you just need to change are in nato, ere in uto, ire in ito. But this is not the case for all verbs. For example, essere, to be, will be stato, not essuto. Dire will be detto. Fare will be fatto. Prendere would be preso. Unfortunately, there is no rule to remember this irregular past participle. The only thing I can do to help you guys is to leave you a table here with all the different irregular past participle so that you can memorize them and study them. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and see you in our next class.